Hey folks, Frio here, the rate update. Today is September 9th, 2021. When you come back, I'm going to tell you what rates did today, so don't go away. Okay, so let's go over what's going on with rates today. I did promise you guys a video on comparing rents versus buying a house. I'm still working on that. I have a few glitches. So I promise you I'll post that tomorrow, and it's a pretty nice video. It explains a lot of things on how, if in this area, how much rent you pay, how much of a house you can afford. And then we're working on other things in the background to help you guys even find a house. So let's go on to what happened today in the MBS market. It was kind of a tricky day. And so here's what we follow on the channel. And for those that follow me every day, you know what this is. This is what we follow the MBS. This is a bond that trades on Wall Street that is the biggest component of mortgage rates. Okay, so this is what we follow. This number here represents the price. As the price goes up, what do we know as you guys following? Price goes up, rates go down. You won, ching ching. Okay, so that's what's going on there. So a nice little rally today. So we're hitting some technicals. So let's go through what I think mortgage rates are going to do. Tomorrow's economic calendar is pretty much blah, because we all know inflation is kind of out of whack. You go to here and consensus there is this, that. So I don't think tomorrow is going to be a real big concern. But the problem is it might. And here's what I say. Because back here, everything was, the news was basically the same, but mainstream media publishes out there, it's going to be Armageddon when the Federal Reserve, stops doing what they're doing and rates are going to go crazy and everything. Guys, it's not going to be that bad. Relax. What we're trying to do is just try to find bottoms for you or keep you guys educated on where rates are so you don't get hosed. Okay, so here's what's going on with the mortgage rates. So here's some technicals they have. Here's the chart over the last quarter. These lines across here are what we call Fibonacci levels. Okay, these are resistance levels, meaning floors and bottoms. So think of this as a bumper. When you're a little kid, your parents put bumpers up when you're bold because otherwise you just go ching, ching, ching. So what happens is these are in place and they're not really physically there, but they're in the background. And this is what a lot of traders use. And they're saying, when things trade, they should go in this range. So Fibonacci results or Fibonacci levels they're in any chart that you look at, not just the MBS market. But then you have other wiggly lines in here. What those are the 100-day, the 50-day, and the 25-day moving averages. So if you averaged out this over a 25-day period, you'd be along this brown line, okay, right here. Okay, if you averaged it out over the last 50 days, you'd be right here. That's kind of hard to see. I'll try to blow this up as much as I can without distorting it. And then the 100-day moving average is right here, okay? So it's kind of interesting right now. We're right here where this 50-day moving average crosses as well as the Fibonacci level. So this is going to create a ceiling. So we might hit this and halt, okay? Not bad news, but we could also push through it, creating a new Fibonacci level moving up the bottom. But this is going to create a resistance level right at here at 101.439. Right now we're at 101.426. I don't mean to get too technical, but I don't see rates getting much better than where they are right now based on this information. Economic calendar, like I said, tomorrow is basically inflation numbers. They can play havoc on the markets, and we'll find that out tomorrow, because the markets, sometimes you sneeze and it crashes. Sometimes you sneeze, it skyrockets. Sometimes you sneeze and it does nothing. Okay, but let's see what happened intraday. Was there any major moves? Well, kind of the cool thing is there was a bond auction today that went very well. So we had a nice little rally all day long, and then we kind of stagnated. I think the traders are positioning themselves right here for the unknown. Tomorrow's unknown is all the PPI numbers, all the inflation numbers coming out. So they basically, you can see how it just flatlined right at the end of the day for the last hour or two. Okay, so that's what's going on right there. Where are rates today? And the people ask me this. So these rates I post, I apologize, they're normally a day behind. Okay, so today I'm posting, and this shows you yesterday's rates, because everything will compile and we'll send in our rates to Black Knight tomorrow. But again, guys, these are not my rates. These are the national averages. So you can just see those right here. I don't need to go over those with you. You can see them right here. So you should be kind of in range of this if you have specific scores and so forth. You got to remember, they're averages, but many times when we're publishing rates, I had a conversation with a young man this morning. When we publish rates, if I went out there and said, oh, my FHA rate was 4.25, I would never get a phone call, okay? This is the average rate. So there's going to be rates that are sometimes much higher than this or much lower than this. I won't say much lower than this, but can be a little bit lower than this. How does that happen? Okay, well, there's a lot of components that go into your mortgage rate. Basically, let me explain it this way. Let's say that just the bottom line rate is 3%, period. Okay, so what affects that? Now, why would rates be different for different people? Well, if you have a credit score, if your credit score is way high, you might get a 2.875 rate instead of 3. If your rate is really, or your scores are really low, you might get 3.25, 3.375, okay? Doesn't stop there. What kind of property do you have? Is it a single family home or a 4-unit? Single family homes might not have a bump, so you might still be at 3%. 4-unit buildings might have a bump of 0.25, so now you have 3.25. But let's say you have a low credit score, so your rate's 3.25, and then you have a 4-unit. It's another 0.25, so now you're at 3.5, okay? So now there's more to the story. Are you purchasing? Or are you doing a rate and term? Or are you doing a cash out? Let me define those. Purchasing is obviously you're purchasing a home. Rate and term means you're just taking the current balance of your mortgage and flipping it to maybe a different term, a lower rate, a shorter term rate, or so forth. That's rate and term. Then there's cash out. Cash out is when you're getting cash at the closing. So you're refinancing your mortgage for 100 grand, and then I want 50 grand to finish my basement. That is a cash out. That could also come with maybe a 0.25 or 0.375 addition to the rate. So you might start at 3, but you have a low score, so you're 3.25. And now you have a 4-unit. Now it's 3.5. And now you're looking to cash out. Now you're at 3.875. That's how rates work. So I can't, when you ask me, hey, what's today's rates? It's hard for me to answer unless I have all the pieces of the puzzle. So that explains to you guys how these rates, they're generic. And so if you're getting a lot higher than that, don't think you're getting ripped off. That's where I need you guys to call me. I can explain all this to you, put you in the right program, explain the rates to you, why this program is right for you, why is the rate a little bit different than what's posting, and so forth. I even have a scoring system with a credit report. Let's say you're on the brink of, you need a 700 credit score to get a much better rate, and you're at 698. We need 2 points. Well, my credit bureau system tells me when I pull your credit, if you have the ability to get from a 698 to a 710. And it'll say, if you pay off these credit cards, or you do this, or you do that, it can bring up that credit score to that portion. So again, let me recap that. You might have a 698 credit score. We run your credit analyzer through our credit system. It says, if Mr. Homebuyer pays down that credit card for $300, well, he'll pick up 20 points. So now you went from a 698 to 718. You're going to get a better rate. You're going to have lower PMI in most cases. So that's how it works. That's why we need you guys to call me. There's more pieces of the puzzle than you guys think. Also, for realtors out there, if you're looking to partner with us, we're starting new programs all over the country, and we're looking to partner with you guys. And how it works is if we get people pre-qualified in those areas, we'd love to refer these people to you. So please email me, and I'll give you all my information. Or you can actually find my information down below. So if you liked my video and you find value, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit the bell every time I post a video. You get an alert. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the rent versus buy. Does it make sense? Maybe it does for you. Maybe it doesn't. So have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.